We're gonna shoot something really big.
If you struggle with your filmmaking career, watch this. You can have whatever film career you see for yourself. You can make the work that you've always wanted to make. But listen, here's the old way of doing things. I'm gonna make one big thing and then put it up on the internet and hope I get discovered. The chances of that happening are like winning the lottery. I can't say it enough. If you are somebody who has a career with resources and an audience and money and all of that stuff, you get to make big things. But if you are somebody who wants that for yourself, you have to do it a different way. Instead of making that one big thing, taking 5, 6, 7 months out of your life, 10 months out of your life, a year out of your life. And while you're doing that, you're quiet. Nobody knows who you are. You've said nothing. And then you make it, and then you put it up, and nobody sees it. I see this all the time. Instead of making that one big thing the new way, and the best way to do this and to stop struggling in your film career is to make 1,000 little things. Start 9 months before you ever launch anything and make 1,000 little ideas about the big thing you want to make. Build the audience. If you make the 1,000 little things and you get thousands and thousands of people paying attention to you, then you have an audience that is ready to see that one big masterpiece. But make no mistake, you will have to work harder than you ever have before. I see so many people that have talent and a ton of it, and they think that that's what's going to get them through. Talent is the last thing that's going to get you through. Right now, there are people out there posting and working and creating and breaking their backs, while other people sit and think they deserve something, think that they are entitled because of their immense talent to be paid attention to. And then I hear other people saying, well, you know, I don't like tooting my own horn. Or people getting criticized for talking about who they are and the work that they believe in, being called narcissistic. Well, the people calling you narcissistic are the ones that are still sitting on the sidelines. Martin Luther King said, if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. So if you need to crawl out of bed every single day until the kind of work you want is put out into the world, and you aren't going to the bar and doing the bartending shift, or the waiter shift, or the 9 to 5, dreaming that that story that lives inside you can come out one day. Because I know what it's like to have those stories live inside you, and you think if they don't come out, you're going to vomit. Outpost people, out-create people, because right now there's somebody doing that, and they're winning their future. If you want a future in this business, create it today. Don't live up there wishing, hoping, planning, take another course, right? Gary Vee ain't gonna help you here. You don't have a marketing problem. You don't have a social media problem. Most people who do not end up doing this for the rest of their lives and doing it successfully have a them problem. So this is not that video where I say, just think big and work hard. This is know exactly who you are and tell people who you are. Tell people what your story is, otherwise other people are going to tell you what your story is. Define who you are, otherwise other people are going to define who you are. This is that moment, today, where you crawl, you scratch, you fight, you break yourself in half. Because if all we do is make films for our own little ego and we're willing to get paid in compliments when we make the film and we put it into a small film festival and our friends come up and tell us great job, if that's what you want, great. But if you want something bigger, and this isn't about your ego or fame or glory, this is about that thing that lives inside you that has to get out, and those stories that you know will change the world if you can make them. This is about that. This is about knowing exactly who you are, knowing exactly what you want to make, and begin making that today. And then tomorrow, you do the same thing. I can't tell you how many times I wake up in the morning and just don't feel like doing it today. I just don't feel like doing it. But I get up and I build an audience, and I make the phone calls, and I write the script, and I do the outline, and I do the treatment. The winds of inspiration rarely blow. So what do we rely on? We rely on the fact that we do it anyway, that we take that step. And then after we take that step, we start to walk faster and we start to run. And when we start to run, then that's when we really take off. This is the time to do it. Today. It isn't going to happen tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. This is all we got. So if you want to be a filmmaker and you struggle with being a filmmaker, then it starts today with a brand new idea of you creating the work you want to be known for. Today. Make 1,000 little things about that thing you want to be known for, and put something out every day. And when people hassle you and people tell you, who do you think you are? Blow right by them, because those people will be sitting on the sidelines. Those people are interested in filmmaking. Committed filmmakers don't wait for the stars to line up. They don't wait for Mars to go into retrograde. They don't wait for the situation to be perfect. They do it anyway. This is why I watch great filmmakers with great ideas either succeed because every day they do it. Every day they take that step. And the other ones, they don't die in a blaze of glory. They die one little defeat at a time. The death of 1,000 cuts. They don't make that phone call. They don't write that email. They don't write that treatment. They don't do a post. They don't edit that video. Those people are left behind. And the ones that finally get to say, my voice has been heard, are the ones that did 1,000 little things and built that audience because they brought value to the world, because their stories meant something to somebody. If it means something to one person, it means something to 1,000 people. And if it means something to 1,000 people, it means something to 1,000,000 people. And you go and you claw that audience together and you put your work in front of them, and you're willing to fail, you're willing to crash and burn, you're willing to get criticized. That is when you're a filmmaker. That is when you cease to struggle. That is when you can manifest the ideas in your head into the films that you get to make.